We're frequently reminded that studies are showing a decline in religious affiliation. Millennials in particular have been turning away from religion, with the result that much of their generation currently lacks meaning or purpose. Although many young people are still searching for deeper meaning, increased self-interest has reduced the attraction of formal religions for them. In today's world, there are so many different ways to be in touch with one's own spirituality and the yearning for a connectedness with a higher being, a supreme power. We also live in a world where institutions change incredibly quickly. If religions don't adapt, they become outdated and people eventually start to create new institutions that better meet their needs. Religion must adapt and update if it's to communicate with and serve our current society. As Eric Hoffer observed, in times of change, learners inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution is frequently misrepresented as being about survival of the fittest, but it's really about survival of the most adaptable. Mankind's survival has always been served well by the species' adaptability, and religion too can adapt. Indeed, various changes have already started taking place, much of it driven by the internet, which exposes people to vastly more information on religion than they have ever had before. The search for religion, spirituality, and meaning is something that's always been a part of humanity. Where have I come from? What am I doing here? And where am I going? That's unlikely to change. But how well does religion now meet this need? It certainly needs to ask itself some tough questions. The basics are immutable, but perhaps their presentation needs to shake off the dusty, out-of-date image that seems to have enveloped formal religions. Unfortunately, many people reject religion because they object to authority and absolute truths. However, if they can be made to see how senseless a world without a system of ethical standards would be, perhaps they would change their minds and seek religion out. So, rather than a watered-down version of religion with lowered standards, what is needed is fresh ways of communicating with the modern generation, helping them in their search for meaning, while offering them values that have stood the test of time and that must remain intact. But a final thought. Let's just be certain that we are walking the talk and living by those high standards ourselves.